I'm the lead singer of my band, I want you to take off my underpants. I'm the lead singer of my band, I want you to take off my underpants, my salsa. Oh, the things I do to get into the groove. What is up, everyone? My name is Brenner. Welcome to my channel. This is Mr. Liquor Sipper, and this is Whiskey Proof News. Okay, so on the last video, not the last video, but I did a rye video of the best ryes. That video was like a little over 17 minutes, so holy smoking Joe Frazier. I'm going to try my best to keep this one short and simple. This video is about the top 5 best whiskeys that you can get that are over $50. So $50 and up. If you're interested in going into debt, then stay tuned and we can continue to watch this together. Well, kind of together, because I'll watch this after it's recorded. But you know what I mean. Okay, let's go. Okay, so food for thought. Sips for drinks. Just so you know, a lot of these bottles, they vary largely in price depending on where you are at. So if I say something as far as how much it costs, it may differ even up to $20. However, the first one on this list is a very controversial pick, but it is Blanton's Single Barrel. I'm waiting for the booze. Okay, this bottle right here is Blanton's Single Barrel. What it is, it's smoother than the baby oil that slides right off a fresh shaven ass. Okay, but seriously, it's supposed to be super smooth. I say supposed to be because I've never tasted it. This is all based upon review. Man, my dog is pissed. He's real mad about everything that I talk about with Blanton's because, you know why? We've never been able to find it. I've never had Blanton's. I've never owned a Blanton's, and we're both pretty pissed off about it because, you know, every single time I have a sip, I let my dog have a sip. And this is not animal cruelty. This is animal having funity. It's not even a thing. Anyway, this is a very well-balanced whiskey, as they say. What this bottle is not, it is not the easiest to find, as I already said. It is not robust, and this is not the most simple of whiskeys to drink. Okay, so the best recommendation I can say for drinking this bottle itself would be in the nude, in a bathtub, in a hot tub, neat, straight up, or with a splash of water. I think this is one of those bottles that you would be doing it a injustice if you really did anything that you were going as far as adding anything to it. Additives are a no-go, and I think you would piss off a lot of people. So if you do have this bottle and you try to add shit to it, you should be slapped across that fresh shaven ass. This bottle comes from Sazerac Company, Blanton's distilling company that everyone in the whiskey world should know. It is distilled by Buffalo Trace. The proof comes at a 93 proof. It comes in at a relatively fair price, as I have already said. If you can find it, it can range anywhere between 55 to 65. I've seen some bottles that go up to 110, and then depending on that specific bottle and what it is, you could be paying up to $600 for this bottle and potentially even more. I don't want to get anybody too upset because, you know, if you think you could get this bottle and it's easily attainable, you might as well go on the Easter egg hunt now, and maybe next Easter you might find it. Now, one of the cool things I think that really attracts the audience about this bottle is that each bottle contains one of the 8 unique bottle toppers. So if you collect them all, they should all spell out the word Blanton's. Also, if you flip the words upside down and backwards, it will also say millionaire. I'm just, that's what I feel like with a lot of people that drink these Blanton bottles. So additionally, the horse and jockey showcase different strides and pose or poses, resembling the stages of a horse race. So it's kind of cool. It captures the essence of Kentucky, or the Kentucky Derby itself. All right, next on the list is another bottle that I've never had before. I've had many different Elijah Craigs, but this one in particular, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Every time I go to any type of liquor store, I always ask, do you have it? Are you expecting it? The thing is, it's going to require some tremendous research to find this bottle. Very similar to the Blantons. Now, what this bottle is, it's bold, but it has that traditional taste that you are used to coming from Elijah Craig itself, but it's a little bit more polished, a little bit more refined. It is not a spicy one, it is not a mild one, and it is not simple. Again, this is kind of difficult to find. Recommendations for drinking this bottle would be on horseback or, I don't know, potentially riding Mr. Rogers' train. Not into him or anything, but like, the little train. Also, you could drink this neat, straight up, on the rocks, in a cocktail, with a splash of water, getting sun-kissed. So this comes from the company Heaven Hill. Everyone knows who Heaven Hill is. It's very famous. It's somewhere where God and Jesus meet. And then it's also distilled out of Heaven Hill. It is a barrel proof with various batches included. It is a relatively fair price if you can find this bottle. It's gonna range between $75 to $85. If it's anything like the other Elijah Craigs, I'm pretty sure I'd fall in love with it, as Elijah Craig was one of the first go-to bottles that I would consistently purchase over and over again because I might be a borderline alcoholic. So a little bit of facts. So since the inception of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, it rarely wavers in quality. It has very consistently kept the complex palate with a big bold finish. And its price point, even though, with economic changes and stuff, it's still relatively decent for what you're getting out of the bottle itself. Heaven Hill started labeling their batches, so when that extra special batch pops up, it makes it a little bit easier to pick it out from the rest of them. So if you're a fan of bourbon with heavy oak influences against a rich plethora of caramel, baking spices, tobacco leaves, then this is gonna be right down the center of what you're looking for. Next on the list, I've had your regular Maker's Mark. I've had your Maker's 46. I've had a what is this? Maker's Mark French Oaked 46, and then you have Maker's Mark cask strength. I have yet to actually do a review of this bottle, so obviously, since you can tell, this is not opened yet, but it soon will be when I do a review, and I will let you guys know how great or how not so great it is. So Maker's Mark, coming from other reviews, they say that this bottle is sweet, spicy, and complex. What it is not mild, it is not hard to find, and it is not unbalanced. So this is supposedly a very balanced cask strength. The best ways to drink this would be neat, straight up, on the rocks, or just simply petting your dog. This, as everyone should know, since it is Maker's Mark, it comes from Beam Suntory. Distillery is Maker's Mark themselves. We have a barrel proof, and it comes in at, I would say, because I haven't tasted it yet, I can't give you 100% accurate. You know what? I think what we're gonna do today, after I get done with this, wait a few hours, have a nice full lunch, and I think I'm gonna go ahead, turn up, and we're gonna try this out, and I'll do a review, and I'll just pop this out and let you guys know if it is actually worth that $65 value. Okay, I'll actually show you the receipt so you can see how much it costs here where I'm currently living in New Mexico. So you can, I don't want to give too much insight on this bottle since I haven't had it, and also because I don't want to give away too much before I do the review, but they do say it is that it is a very well balanced. So we'll go ahead and we'll attack this later on today, and let you guys see what the fuss and bus is all about. Is that even the thing? Fuss and bus? I don't even know if that's right. Next on the list we have, Old Forester 1920. This is actually one of my favorites. I actually prefer this bottle over the 1910, which comes in at a little bit of a lower proof, but Old Forester itself, They come out with many great products, but this one in particular is easy to find. It is a very robust and unique flavor. It has a lot of complexity to it, has a lot of depth. So if you're into the whiskey game, for the price point of what you're getting, you're gonna get something that I think is beyond the value that you actually pay for this bottle. I paid 60 bucks for this bottle. It's very mild for those that are more, I guess, weathered in the game of whiskey. So it could come off a little harsh otherwise. For the most part, this is easily acceptable. This is easily accessible to anyone. So this bottle comes from the company Brown-Forman Distillery, Brown-Forman Chivoli Distillery. The proof, as I already said, is 115 proof, and I already told you the price is roughly around $60. This bottle was actually introduced in 2016 as a third expression in the series of the 1920 Prohibition style, and it signifies the usual barrel proof after maturation of bourbon. At the time, 115 proof, which it is. It has a big, bold flavor that I think a lot of people are looking for, especially if you're looking for something that's slightly different than your typical higher proofs. Next on the list is Barrel Bourbon. I just recently did a review on this. I will I might leave it at the end of this video, or you can find it in my library. However, this bottle right here is super bold in flavor. Apparently the proof varies from batch to batch, but some search may also be required in order for you to find this. This is not a mild bourbon. It is not, excuse me, this is not traditional flavor, and it may not be the easiest or smoothest of drinkers. Higher. So this comes in at 117 proof, which is a little bit higher than this 115 proof. And to be honest with you, I can actually tell the difference between the two proof difference. So as far as delving into a higher proof and expanding the palate experience, this one would be a good one after coming into the 115. This one just is a little bit more harsh. So this bottle comes from the company of Barrel Craft Spirits. Distillery is sourced by various batches. Proof is barrel proof, and then they say it's a fair price, between $70 to $90. I paid $85 for this. It wasn't too bad. I hope you guys got something out of this for this particular bottle. If you didn't, just go ahead and check out the review. It'll give you a little bit more of a background understanding on how good or bad this bottle is. As far as all the bottles are concerned, that is it for the 5 over-the-top, high proof, or highly expensive, I'm more wealthy than you are bottles. If you guys have anything to offer in the comment section that is completely politically correct and polite, then go ahead and leave those comments. And if they're not politically correct and polite, that's okay too, because, you know, we're not really politically correct or polite at all on this channel, which I think is, you know, what makes us more real. I'm not here to pity patter. I'm not here to fluff anything. If the whiskey tastes like shit, then to me it tastes like shit. And if you like it, cool. Then you like to sip shit. That's awesome. Anyway, that may not be true. If you can't see the sarcasm in this video, then just, you know, I'm sorry. I might be a little bit harsh. It's just my way. Anyway, thank you for coming, jumping into the glass with me today, and sipping on some information. And until next time, cheers, and keep on sipping.